Many people tend to say that life is so short that you have to just seize it and go for it. Well, that statement is half correct, half incorrect. The half correct part is absolutely life is short. And that even if we live to be 80 or 90 or more, that life here compared to life eternal in heaven is but a blink of an eye. The second half of that statement is false. That we need to seize everything that we want and do it all and have it all now. When I look around and read things on the internet or see stuff on TV about the rich and famous and movie stars and how they have beautiful homes, luxurious cars, fancy clothes, many of them don't seem to be happy. They're struggling. Some of them are into drugs and just not happy people. But yet I have visited some of the poorest countries and people that don't have much at all in the way of clothes or shelter, but they seem to be the happiest. Now, not all poor people are happy like that, but it seems that some poor people are quite happy with their lives. So that makes me think, why is there a group of people that have everything that aren't happy, and a group of people who have virtually nothing and they are happy? Well, I think regardless of whether we're rich or poor, what's important is that we need to know what God wants for us and for us to do. In the spiritual readings, they always encourage us to seek out God's will for us. That we all have a purpose here on earth. We were put here for something as part of His greater plan to do His will. And it seems that people who try to follow God's will seem to be more satisfied, more comfortable, more at peace with their life. But when we resist God's will and don't do what He asks of us here on earth, we seem to have something missing and we struggle. That's why it's important for us to ask God what He wants so that we can follow His will, so that we have a satisfied and purpose-filled life. And I always tell people and encourage them that we really need to nourish three important parts of our life. The first one is the physical, the things that we need, like food and clothing and shelter. We need those things. Without them, our life would be quite awful. But we also need to take care of our emotional and mental needs. That's important. For example, having a good education, having a good social circle, and having people that support you. Without that, your life would be a mess. And thirdly, one we tend to overlook a lot is our spiritual needs. That we need to nourish the spiritual part of ourselves, have that relationship with God by going to church and having that spiritual life. If that's missing, regardless of what we have and how much of it, our life is not going to be worth that much. Think about a table with legs. A table can stand by itself on 3 legs or more. One leg is our physical needs. The other leg is our mental and emotional needs. And the other leg is our spiritual needs. Look at today's gospel where Jesus talks about a man who was very selfish and ignored God and ignored other people. It's so sad. Jesus doesn't want that for us. So thank you, and may God bless you.